Well, I think that there's no dispute that we do have a lot of emerging powers in Asia, and we have a lot of opportunities for instability there. So I think it's quite normal that the United States, which has long had Pacific interests, and as we know, this president thinks of himself to some degree as a Pacific president, that I think it's no surprise that the United States wants to play a stabilizing role in that region and to enhance its relationships in that region. And I find that totally normal. But what it means for Europe is that really we're looking for Europe to be a partner in that. Europe also has very strong economic ties. Some European countries have strong political ties in that region. And so I think this is more about a transition that we are in the transatlantic relationship. Europe used to be the object of U.S. foreign policy, where what we worried about was European peace and stability and prosperity. That now is largely achieved, and Europe has the ability to finalize those issues, and has been doing so by bringing the Central European countries into European institutions. So this is now about Europe and the United States working together to figure out how to bring more stability to what is an increasingly important area of the world that will be even more important 20 years from now. I don't think that the average American and European consumer will notice a whole lot of change right away. I do think that as we reduce tariffs, and particularly as we reduce the need for dual regulation, if I can put it that way, that they will see some cost savings. For example, if you have a lamp that in the United States is approved by Underwriters Laboratory, I think it is, there is an equivalent European body that also approves that electrical appliance or lamp or whatever. And this would allow us to agree that the European standards are safe. And since I haven't noticed many European lamps and appliances exploding, I actually think this is a low-risk endeavor. I think the other thing, though, is that as we reduce the tariffs, it will make it better for U.S. and European companies to invest more each other in the U.S. and Europe. So, for example, we have significant investments by a number of the German car companies in the United States. We hope those will increase because it will be easier for them to export cars from the United States. And so, therefore, we hope that they will employ even more American workers. And we can see an equivalent process on the other side here in Europe. Well, I think that we face very real challenges today in the national security, international security field. And traditionally, this has been a career field from which women have been discouraged from being active. I think there's no secret about that. And we still find that if you go to a major conference, that there are many fewer women on panels and even in the audience than you would see in some other areas of inquiry. But the real reason is not that women have been discriminated against. That's not why we need to do this. We need to do this because we need the best brains and the best talent. And when you arbitrarily exclude 50% of the population from applying themselves to this field, that's what you're doing, is you're not letting the best brains and the best talent be available to work in this field. So the women of the U.S. Foreign Service who have come up through the ranks in recent years, these are incredibly talented individuals. Imagine if you went back to the old days and removed them from being able to work in the U.S. diplomatic service. And the same in the German Foreign Ministry. Imagine if we went back to the days where as soon as women got married, they have to leave the diplomatic service. That just reduces the amount of talent and brain power that we can apply to the challenges that we face today.